GM fam, we are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we talk about Solana NFTs and other NFT projects, the drama, the love, and the vibes, and a couple of minutes of what I sold, the latest news on about the marketplaces. And note that this isn't financial advice, just me talking about how much I love cartoon JPEGs for entertainment. In other news, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I just ate some turkey. It was really delicious, and I can't wait for the US England game that's about to come out very soon. All right, so the first thing let's talk about is the first project, which is Claynosaurz. All right, so Claynosaurz is a project that finally is coming out and is finally about to mint in less than 2 days. This project has been the talks on Solana and the talks on Ethereum. A lot of Ethereum people wished Claynosaurz came to their platform, but it eventually just stayed in Solana. There was actually a vote on this. So this project is a 10,000 collection of dinosaur 3D animation. And you're probably wondering, all right, so why dinosaur? Why is this so popular? Because it's just 3D animation, right? Well, no, it's not just like Invisible Friends. It's not like Doodles. This is a little bit different. This is what you call a platform where you can do more than just 3D animation. And not just that, these people come from a background of Disney, and just the way they made this project is very, very professional. You can see these people here, these dinosaurs, just the way they're running around, just the way it's animated is basically like Minions. And you're probably thinking I'm over exaggerating. No, I'm not, because Minions was actually a part of this experience from these people who are creating Claynosaurz. So you can see here that it's very, very popular right now. Everyone wants to mint this. The sold price for their other project, which was the Darciadinas, is above 100 sold. Their artist that did one-on-one collections is all above 100 sold. So this project will definitely have a floor price of higher than probably 5 sold. I'm not gonna lie. I really think a lot of people are gonna be minting this thing out. And we've done some bets. Some people think that it's going to go to 20 sold. I think that this could probably reach above probably 20, probably hit 30. Another friend of mine thinks it's going to hit 50. I mean, there's a lot of bull cases here. One of the things that I do think is that's making this project's clear case is that they're basically creating not just a project for themselves, but they have this animation studio, this studio that allows other projects like, let's say, SMB, the Gods, to create their own animation within this platform. So this project is basically doing like a service so that they can get other revenue streams from other projects, and those other projects will benefit from this to create their own style of Disney movies, legit Disney movies, because these people are experienced on that. So that's why this is very interesting, because it's almost like a compound effect, because it's going to help other projects and not just this project. So I really cannot wait for this mint to come out. I'm also gonna play my cards. I don't know how many I'm gonna buy in the secondary, just to see how it's gonna play out. But I can't wait. All right, so this next project is also a very interesting project. It's called Taiyo Pilots. So how did this basically begin? So you have this guy named Soulport Tom. Soulport Tom was the biggest influencer on Solana in 2021. And what Soulport Tom did was he derugged this project called Taiyo Robotics from some other people, because these other people thought that this project was just going to be some lame small little project, but it turned out to be something bigger and they couldn't handle it. So basically Tom just bought them out. So he derugged it. He grew this thing above 100 sold. And then obviously you had Frank the Gods come in and take over in 2022 as like the number one influencer in Solana. So all right, so you got Taiyo Robotics, and now you have this project called Taiyo Pilots, which is coming out. And it's a collection about 12,500, where these guys are going to be part of their ecosystem. And these people are going to have basically a mint phase where you have Taiyo Robotics that is going to be able to mint. You're going to have these things called Taiyo Oil that can mint a Taiyo Pilot. And you can also use scrap to mint out a Taiyo Pilot as well. So there's different ways of getting into this project, but the main thing you have to do is, if you don't have a Taiyo Robotics or a Taiyo Oil, you will have to apply so you can have 295 scrap to basically mint one of these Taiyo Pilots. So it's kind of like a Utes type of mint because they are using Dust Labs. They have collaborated with them, which I actually really like because I like when these two projects actually collaborate, because that is a very well sign. I don't like when they're actually fighting. So we're going to talk about a little bit about this on the end when I'm looking at my secondary buys, because I did buy a Taiyo oil, and I'll let you all know why. All right, so this other project is called Wise Whales. Wise Whales is a project that's been on the loom for probably like 2 or 3 months. We had this in one of my YouTube channels where I basically described a little bit about what it was, but there was a delay, and they're finally coming out on November 29th. And what Wise Whales is, it was basically a community that started off as an alpha community, and they grew slowly into building utility to where they weren't just following whales, but they were following wise whales. So that's how their name came about. So these wise whales have these tools to where they're following people who actually know what they're doing. And as you can see here, it says right here, we just got a signal on the Lily NFT from our Discord bot. The signal was triggered by 60 buys from 5 wise whales in the last 1 hour, and 98 buys from 14 wise whales in the last 24 hours. This is a strong signal. Listings are going down and price is down. Could easily take off. And they put not financial advice, but here is basically a snapshot of what they're providing for their project. So you get to have this type of utility. You get to see what the actual wise whales are doing, and it does look interesting. I would say this is more interesting for someone that's trying to get in, or someone that's is trying to get into a project where they don't have much to basically buy into. Like, with a Solana monkey business, it's basically like almost like 200 SOL to get into that community. Wise whales is probably not going to be that much, so it could provide the same type of value as a Solana monkey business. So this is typically, I would think, for someone like that. Like for me, I wouldn't get into this because I already have enough resources for myself. But definitely something that I do like is that projects are starting to come out with their own mints in this world. Okay, so here's the next topic: Coral Cube, and this is a big one. Coral Cube just came out with their AMM. They call it the best already, right off the bat. They announced it, said, they were the best. They have started a war with all these other AMMs. As you can see here, it says, we're proud to announce that the best NFT. This almost sounds like WWE, World War Wrestling Entertainment, because these guys, they haven't even started, but they said this, with the best NFT AMM on Solana with 13 launch partners. Thank you to these creators for starting their own liquidity pools. Buy and sell NFTs or provide liquidity on both sides. Become your own marketplace and earn fees on Coral Cube. Does this sound similar? Yes, that is Hadeswap. And Hadeswap is now in direct competition with Coral Cube. And you have right here projects that have came in. You have Liberty Square, you have the Jellies, you have Yakuverse, and you have the Apes, the Just Apes, you have Netrunner, you have the Gothics. Projects are now coming in. Magic Eden has a lot of connections. They have the funds, they have the developers, and that is what is actually concerning, because you have Hadeswap, who are been building for probably, let's say, like 2 months, and you have Coral Cube, who have now made this user interface friendly AMM, and people can use it already, and they're going to probably build out faster than Hadeswap. And that is where the concern is. Now, rumors has it that HG Soul has more money than Magic Eden. I don't know, but either way, he could turn things around, or he might let this fail, unfortunately. And that's startups for you. That's how business is done here. That's things move fast, things move left and right. HG Soul said that this could fail, but most likely it will fail. And it could, maybe it'll come true, maybe not, but it is concerning. So for me, what I'm doing is I did sell almost all my ABCs once I heard this news. I didn't know this was going to come out so fast and so soon before the Hade token was going to come out. I do have one ABC just in case. So what I'm trying to plan out with this is sell my ABCs, observe how much liquidity this Coral Cube platform is going to take from Hadeswap. And if it is going to take out a lot of liquidity from there, potentially ABC will drop down in price to 40 or maybe 30. And then I could potentially go back in at that point. Now, ABC is a decentralized NFT that is not really, it's not Hadeswap. Hadeswap is its own, but ABC owns Hadeswap, so it is a direct correlation to that. ABC could potentially own other things, maybe zombies. That's my guess. It might be zombies, but overall, that's how I'm playing this. I'm just going to observe if Coral Cube is really going to be a big disruptor in this whole ecosystem. So, and just from personal experience, I do want to give one tip to you. Always protect your idea. Your idea is like your firstborn baby. You don't want people to know your idea until you build it out. Build it first, then show the product. Even with close friends, just zip it. Because the moment you share your idea with someone, when the opportunity is so big, one can be a wolf and take it from you. Especially when the wolf has more time than you within a day, who can build faster than you. They might not care. Money is money, and they will take your idea, make it their own, maybe taunt you, maybe rag on you, and worse, maybe pretend it's not even your idea and that you never existed. That's just a personal lesson. It happened to my mom when she built her clothing business. Lots of tias, aunts started doing it around her. I never understood why she kept the attic a secret at that time, but now I understand, because family, people, friends, they could see the secret sauce and they could replicate it on the local market and just take that market share just like that. That's business. So HG Soul saw it coming. He knew it was going to come. Magic Eden came in strong, and they disrupted already from the get-go, and they could build faster. That's the thing. They have the devs. They have the resources. So we're going to see how this plays out. Anyways, so on other news, we're going to now talk about some cool things about what I have been doing personally in this ecosystem. All right, so now let's get on to the goodies. All right, the goodies here. All right, so we have right here, we have the actual TX goal and with the stats, and you can see right here with the daily. So a couple things going on. Volume is still kind of like, it's not bad. It's right now at 201, which if you put a relative at dollar value, I mean, it could be as equal as this, but overall it's not bad in my opinion. So you have here Magic Eden, and this is where I'm starting to look at what's going on. Magic Eden 80%, Coral Cube, Magic Eden, AMM. That's the big one right there. Hadeswap, AMM, and you can already see right here 8%, and you can see Hadeswap at 8%. So this is what's going on right here. This is what I'm watching, and I'm watching very closely in how this war is going down. Who is going to survive, who is going to be first, and who's going to be second. But you can already see that Coral Cube already came up into second place above Hadeswap. And earlier, Hadeswap was always second for like a good month, 2 months. 6%, and Coral Cube was basically at nada at that time. So interesting right here to see how this is going to play out. And I'm going to wait another month to see if this is still holding strong and see how Hadeswap is going to handle this. Now, Hadeswap still has one advantage, which is the Hades token. And the Hades token is a big one that I'm waiting for. And we're going to see how that does. It's probably going to do a lot of hyping, and it could potentially bring Hadeswap back up. But with this beautiful UI that Coral Cube has, I mean, I don't know. It's just, they already have everything set up to where people can make their pools, and it's already attached to the regular marketplace where you can buy and sell. So it has a beautiful UI already. So that's the concerning part, is that Hadeswap still is not in that phase. Hadeswap is still in the liquidity pool phase, in the beta testing phase. All right, so that's the one thing about these markets, is that they're always competing, and you always got to be on the move with these projects, because something like this could change everything. And then that's why when I saw that, I immediately sold 90% of my NFTs. So I got basically like 400 sold back. I did buy a what do you call it? I did buy a lost in my head. I don't know what's it called. Oh, a Taiyo oil. That's what I bought. So, um, crossing out Coral Cube and all that now. I think we talked a lot about that already. All right, so the next thing I'm looking at is Taiyo oil. Taiyo oil is interesting because this project is connected to Taiyo Robotics because you're gonna need oil for your pilots. That's the whole reason why you need these. And Taiyo oil, if you buy one of these, you get to mint a pilot. A pilot is the next collection for the Taiyo Robotics. So if you have one Taiyo oil of, let's say, 5 liters, you get to mint one. If you have one for 10 liters, you get to mint a couple. And then the 21s is not even in the market because it's all sold out. So with this, I do think that this is going to raise higher in price because you have these things called the Taiyo Pilots watch list. And Taiyo Pilots watch list is going to basically bring a lot of hype because you got people already getting in, like HG Soul. He's already coming in here. He's been accepted. And we're probably going to see a lot more people. And this is probably going to keep raising in price with all the action happening, just like in Utes. So this is very interesting. I do want to buy a second one if it does go more lower in price. And I'm going to keep buying more, because Taiyo Robotics is a very well blue chip project, because Soulport Tom is a huge person who built out this project from nothing and has been holding on and has been developing like crazy and has shown how well of a businessman he is. So the one other thing is that Soulport Tom basically hired these 2 economists who basically just helped them work on his graphite protocol and how the economic structure would work with Taiyo Robotics. So this guy is he's a genius. I like his business. Unfortunately, I've never been part of his project, but I always followed it. So that's what I bought. I sold a lot of ABCs around 50 sold, and and then I was buying a couple in the beginning. I was buying a couple around 40. And then I just kept buying on the way down. And especially right here, I bought 2 more, which was my big move right there. And then once it hit 50, yeah, I started selling. And I started selling right here at this top. And maybe it's gonna dip. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things going on. It's hard to tell. But I am gonna wait until it hits the 25 mark again. And I could buy a couple more, not because of Hadeswap, but because what ABC could potentially do in other projects. So now we have a lot of red finally, a lot of red that I'm actually excited about. And now with all this red, I started buying into some more NFTs. So I recently just got back into Lunar. The last time we talked, I did buy 2 right here at the bottom around 2.86 SOL. And then I sold one around here at 5 SOL. And then I did keep one just to hold it on. But it did come back down. It went back down to 3.79. And then I bought one more. So now I'm back at having 2. I do think, it's going to keep on dipping just a little bit more. And then I do want to buy a third one, because Lunar is something that I've been following closely because of, again, HG Soul and the OpenDAO. The OpenDAO is a part of HG Soul's network back in Ethereum. And one thing they did mention is they finally came out with an announcement saying something is coming. With so much love and passion towards our Lunar family, we are bringing one more community event. Stay tuned. So something is coming with Lunar. I don't know if it's the Lunar token. I think that's a little bit too early. The thing with the Lunar token is that HG Soul tends to align it with certain holidays. So the Lunar token could come out on Lunar New Year. So we could potentially see at that point. So Lunar project, definitely something I'm watching. Definitely something I'm buying in slowly. I did buy 2 more zombies as it dipped. Zombies, I do think, is going to be another project that is going to be tested on the gamification. And it's different. I like when things are a little bit different. That's why I bought 2 more, because I am curious on where this project is going. There is connection with HG Soul as well. The people behind this, they seem to know, what they're doing. The guy basically majored in in economy, and he seems to understand gamification. They did screw up a little bit when they basically created this, and they said they're gonna pause a little bit and work on it, because when we were feeding our zombies, there was a little bit of a mess up. So that's why it's been dipping. But I did buy 2 more here, and I do think that this could potentially go above 1.50. So I could sell 1 at that time, or maybe 2 at that time. So those have been my main things that have bought. I bought a Taiyo. Even though I never buy in the green, that's been like one of my main rules. I never buy in the green. I always buy in the red, just like what I just did with the zombies and the Lunars. I bought those. The only project I did buy in the green was Taiyo Oil, because of that one reason with Taiyo Pilots. Taiyo Pilots is coming out, and Taiyo Oil could potentially see a pump, because people are going to start collecting scrap and start buying more Taiyo Oil to buy pilots. And then at the end, it's just going to be this mountain rush of trying to get into this project when the hype starts coming, because the hype's not coming in yet. It's going to start coming. And when it comes, I do think it could potentially go higher, back above 30. So, but while we're waiting, I do see this going back down to like 15, maybe even 12, and then maybe go up a little bit. But that's where I bought it at right now. So that's been the main things I'm looking at. Lotus Gang, I'm still waiting on this one. It did pump a little bit, but I'm not getting in yet. We have Nectars that are finally coming down. The Nectars is this basically part of Elixir's project, their marketplace, their AMM. This has been holding on for a while, but I haven't got in yet. You get the ovals, which is part of Elixir as well. This one, I'm gonna wait for like a month. There's a lot of hype here. It went down a little bit. The hype's still there, and I do think this project could probably hit 5 SOL or below. So I'm waiting for this to keep dipping, to keep falling, and it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a month. It's gonna take 2 months, and then at that point, I could potentially come in, or I could probably not, because a month, 2 months is a long time, and a lot of things could change. We just saw Hadeswap get launched. We just saw Coral Cube come out with their own AMM within 2 months. So we just don't know. So we also have Metaplex. This hasn't moved a lot. I'm waiting for the move here. Whether it's up or down. If it's up, I'm going to sell. If it's down, I'm going to buy a couple more. But it's something I'm still watching closely. We have also the Saga Pass that's been kind of leveled off. There's not much going on here. It's been here for a while. I've been waiting for it to go below probably like a 2.5 or somewhere there. And we have Anybody's that's finally coming down. This is one project that I talked about when we were down here at 16, and it went all the way up to 44. And I didn't buy it because I was buying ABCs at that time. But it's finally coming down. The hype is finally dying from Toys R Us. Toys R Us is still in this game of trying to launch with Anybody's. So I can't wait for that as well. Anybody's is going to brand with someone else, but we don't know what yet. But when they come out, it could be a big brand, Web 2.0 brand. And when that happens, Anybody's is probably going to move again. So I'm waiting for a huge dip before they announce something else. And that's going to be probably something below 25 SOL or somewhere there. So we also have Songen, which is kind of like at 0.80. I think it's too high still. And that is basically everything that I'm looking at. We got Shadow Supercoder. I'm not really looking at that one. But yeah, that's all. That's everything right now. If you have anything else, just let me know. But overall, hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you smash that like button. You mint that like button. Make sure you mint that subscribe button. And mint that notification bell. And much love and peace.